Okay, we're going to get started on the session. Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Sipple. I am the Assistant Director for Student Government and Student Organizations here at Texas A&M University Commerce. If at any point you cannot hear myself or Leslie speak, please let us know through the chat, or you can also unmute yourself as well and let us know. We are going to be having a Q&A with the Student Government President, who is Leslie Yeager. She's the incoming president for the next academic year. She started her term just recently, so we look forward to her leadership in this next year. This is an opportunity for you all to ask her questions. We do have some questions that came in from students previously as well that she can answer as well that may be of interest to you, but feel free to turn off your mute and you can ask her questions, or if you feel more comfortable, you can also put questions in the chat and I will ask her those questions. So first off, Leslie, can you tell us, introduce yourself, and then tell us a little bit about yourself, what your major is, and what your favorite part of A&M Commerce is?
Hi guys. My name is Leslie Yeager. I've been in commerce since 2016. I just graduated in 2019 with my bachelor's in criminal justice, and I'm getting my master's in applied criminology right now. My favorite thing about commerce has probably been the people. Everyone is so kind and understanding, and I've loved every single relationship I've made.
Perfect, thank you. Is there any questions from any attendees? So Leslie, how do you balance school, your social life, and extracurricular activities? I know you're involved in a few things on campus.
So it differs from person to person, but once you fully get settled into college, you'll be able to find your own balance. My personal advice is to take things slow and always have your main focus be your grades and your classes, because that's the main reason you're at college. Being involved on campus is extremely important, and it helps you be able to make commerce your home away from home, but without your grades, you will not be able to do anything and any things you involve yourself on campus with. So set time aside for studies and a social life, but be careful in trying not to overlap them too much if a test or a paper is coming up.
Okay. So, speaking of studies, how do college classes compare to high school classes?
Unlike in high school, there's no one to wake you up and make you go to class. Some of the classes you'll take don't even take attendance, and the only person you will be impacting if you don't go is yourself. If classes aren't mandatory and your professors don't take attendance, I would still go and take notes just so you can be prepared for any assignments, tests, papers that may come up. You know how you are as a person. If you know you're not going to wake up for an 8 a.m. class, don't schedule an 8 a.m. class. Make your schedule where you'll be able to have 100% attendance. Also, you'll have a lot of free time throughout the day because classes don't last all day like high school does. So be sure to set aside time during those free times to study, eat, and do something that makes you happy.
Okay. So you just said eating. What is food like on campus? Who is our food service provider? What do they provide for food?
So our food service provider is Sodexo, and they give us plenty of eating options on campus. The CAF has just about anything ranging from vegan to home-style meals. The Lions Lair has wings, Starbucks, a barbecue line and Chipotle style line, along with another Starbucks in the library, as well as a flatbread restaurant.
Perfect. We just got a question in. Would you say it's easy to form study groups with other students at TMUC? I generally have to study by myself right now in high school, but a study group would be nice right now.
Yeah, so one of the main things I always have done in classes is to start a group meet with all my classmates, and then that way you can set up a time to meet and study together. If it's an in-person class, you can just go up to someone and be like, hey, my name is da da da. I would really like to start a study group with you, and they're not going to say no. And it's also a great way to make friends.
Perfect. So what is SGA?
So SGA is Student Government Association. It's kind of like student council in high school, just a little more elevated. Basically, we advocate for all the students of commerce, and we are the connecting point between students, staff, and faculty. So we bring any concerns, any problems, any positive feedback to faculty from staff and vice versa.
What are some things that student government has done in the past year or so for students?
For students. So we have done a hammock grove, which is in front of the rec center, where you can just go rent out hammocks and relax. This past semester, we collabed with one of the other organizations on campus and through a really fun Mardi Gras event. And we do different events just to kind of bring students closer to each other and closer to the different organizations on campus.
Perfect. So I'm gonna ask one question and near and dear to me, but what is there to do on campus and what is the best way to get involved on campus?
So on campus, you can do just about anything. You can eat, hang out with friends, go on a walk, rent hammocks, work out, play sand volleyball, play basketball, just about any sport. And the best way to get involved is to attend events and join organizations. There was it 145 organizations? There's 145 organizations on campus. There is organization for you out there, whether it's Greek life organizations for your major, SGA. They're all online. And joining is definitely a great way to get involved on campus and to find your place on campus.
Keep the questions coming, guys. I'm going to answer them all. I appreciate you all putting in questions. How do you join SGA and are there any requirements?
So yes, there are some requirements. We do have an application to fill out. And this upcoming semester, what we'll do is if you're interested in applying, you'll fill out an application. There is a 2.5 GPA minimum. Is it 1 or 2 letters of recommendation?
1 for an incoming.
Okay, so it'll be 1 letter of recommendation. Is it slip of good standing for high school? Is that what they call it?
You would, if you're a high school student, you wouldn't need a slip of good standing.
Okay.
And you also would not need a GPA coming in if you were a high school student, but a transfer student, you would need a GPA.
So we have 2 different voting procedures. If it's the procedure that we're pushing towards in the fall, you'll fill out an application and then your names will go on an online ballot and the students of commerce will vote on you. A different way you can apply is to, again, fill out the application and then come in front of the Senate and kind of introduce yourself to us and just tell us why you want to join, why you'd be a good asset to the Senate, and then we would vote on you.
How can you compare student government to like a student council in high school?
So kind of the same. Student council in high school kind of plan stuff for the high school, help keeps things in order. And SGA just elevates that. We do everything we can to keep commerce safe and secure, and we do everything we can to bring all issues that are brought to us to faculty and staff in order to get them fixed. We are we are student representation. We are representing the voices of students in commerce who may not be able to voice their concerns comfortably to someone that they need to. So we help assist in that.
Perfect. What is there to do on the weekends other than going to Greenville?
Going to Greenville. On the weekends, one of my favorite things to do is when the weather is nice. There's always a group out at the rec center playing sand volleyball. I always really enjoyed that. There's the pool as well. You can lay out or get in the water. There's multiple restaurants around Commerce. There's usually always something going on the weekends, whether it's a sporting event or just some kind of event that an organization is throwing. So there's pretty much always things to do.
I will even add, in fall, there is usually either a football game, a soccer game, volleyball game, any one of those things going on during the weekend. And I will say our football team is pretty good too. So definitely worth checking out on a weekend. There's tailgate. It's a lot of fun. It's school spirited as well on the weekend. Question, if you did not attend a public school, what would be a supplement for the good standing from the high school? I will actually answer that one quickly. If you did not attend a public school and you are just coming to Commerce from high school, you will not need a slip of good standing. You will be in good standing. The only thing that would take you out of that is if you get into any conduct violation when you first come to the university. But otherwise, you won't have to get a slip of good standing. We can check anything on you that would need to be done. So you can just submit the application, the recommendation letter, and I think there's also a one-page statement on why you want to join. So if you are homeschooled, high school, anything along those lines, you would still be able to join. So one question that I know a lot of people talk about a lot is faculty and professors. So how important is it to get to know your professor?
So it's extremely important to know your professors. If you get to know your professors, you can have someone who will write your recommendation letters if you ever need one. And you also do a lot better in class just by creating a relationship with your professor. So you'll feel more comfortable asking for help, asking questions if you don't understand something. And they will also not be shy to call you out if you miss class. So it's just someone to help keep you accountable.
Perfect. So talking a little bit about what we did with weekends, how often should a person or a student expect to go home?
So that also varies from student to student. Me, I'm an extreme homebody, so I probably went home at least once a week because my parents live about 40 minutes from campus. If you're ever feeling homesick or you just feel yourself getting into kind of a slump, go home and recharge. You don't realize how much you miss a home-cooked meal until you're away from it.
Very true. Being from Wisconsin, I miss many home-cooked meals. If a student gets stressed out, sick, or has a health issue, what are some resources that we have on campus?
So on campus, if you get sick, there is the student health services center, where you can go get checked out. It's real easy to go to, and it's really a nice luxury for students. If you get stressed, you can go to the counseling center and talk to them about what's going on, and they'll try to help you any way they can. Or you can just talk to a trusted friend about what's stressing you out, just to get it off your chest. It's definitely better to talk about things than to just keep them bottled up until it explodes.
Absolutely. So one question that I would ask is, if you could give one piece of advice to an incoming student, what would that one piece of advice be?
Don't wait till the last minute to turn things in, and always place grades as number one. There's so many opportunities and freedom choices to make once you're in college, and it's so easy to push grades to the back of your mind. But always remember why you're at college, why you want to get a degree, what motivates you to be here, and always keep that as your number one.
So more from students previously, but if anybody else has any questions, please remember to put those in the chat, and I will read them. So if you're not doing well in your class, what is the best way to seek support?
Number one thing is to talk to your professor. Don't be shy, and don't wait till it's too late to talk to them. If you see your grades slipping, ask what you can do, ask how to be better, ask for feedback on why your grades are low. Don't wait until 2 weeks before the semester's up asking for extra credit, because all that does is show them that you did not try. If you were to ask in the beginning, what can I do better, and they still see that you're struggling a little bit, they'll be more likely to help you out. And there are tutors for any and every subject, so there is a lot of help out there. And if you were to join an organization, the possibility of having a person in that organization who's good at a subject you're struggling at is pretty likely. So you can also ask them for tutoring help as well.
Perfect. If you want to contact Leslie or myself, our emails and phone numbers are in the chat. You can copy those down. You can take those down. Currently, Leslie is not in the office, so she wouldn't be able to receive a phone call, but her email is active. My phone and my email, you can get a hold of me that way. I'm in and out of the office right now with everything going on, but my email is also attached to my phone, so you get pretty quick responses to that as well, me for anything. One question that I think is something that's very important, and I know A&M Commerce says that we care about our students, and we do show it. How do you think A&M Commerce shows that they support and truly cares about our students?
Yeah, CMEC shows that they care about their students by letting them know that they're always here for them, and by constantly adding on new resources to help better every student's college experience, and in order to keep them safe. Faculty and staff are here for you, and they will do anything to help you, do anything for you. All you have to do is ask them.
How do you ask them?
Do you ask them? Well, there is a faculty phone book type thing online that you can use to contact anyone. I also know that a majority of faculty try to make themselves visible on campus, so it'll be easy to meet them and interact with them and get their contact information.
We all also have office hours, so you can definitely check out your faculty's office hours, or we have offices in the student center. So for Leslie and I, we actually have our office in the student government and student organizations suite on the first floor of the Rayburn Student Center. and it's an open space for any student that you can come in, you can sit down, there's couches, it's pretty comfortable, I would say. You can kind of just chill in there and talk to any one of us. Our doors are always open as well. Is there anything that you haven't said, Leslie, that you think would be something important that incoming students should know about?
Every student has a different experience. My advice is just to make friends, make contacts. College really is where you find yourself, and it's where you find your people. So don't be shy. Get out of your dorm rooms, do things, stay involved, and just your college experience is what you make it.
Perfect, great advice. Does anybody have any additional questions they would like to ask? Okay. If you have any additional questions in the meantime, while you're going through processes, while you're going through anything, and you need to reach out, feel free to contact Leslie, feel free to contact me. Leslie is here for you. She advocates on your behalf. So if there's anything you need, by all means, let us know. We are willing to help you out with anything. We look forward to seeing you in the fall and hope you have a great rest of your Blue and Gold Wednesday. And we will see you soon. Have a
Thank
great,
y'all.
thank you.